Well, hi everybody and welcome. Today I want to talk to you about the batteries, the leisure batteries that we bought a little while ago. Remember that I bought 3 100 amp hour UASA EFB batteries, and I've been sort of waiting to fit those until I had all the bits and pieces where I could fit all 3. But it turns out that buying cables that are ready-made, the right length to stretch across to the third battery, which is just about 3 foot away or a metre away from the other 2, is quite difficult. Now, I did manage to buy 3 foot cables, and for one reason or another, and buying off of eBay can be like this. Bought the cables from eBay, and one came the correct size, the other one was massively thick, just like a truck battery cable, really thick, and not quite as flexible as I'd want it to be, which, you know, causes some issues. And indeed, when I get those 3 foot cables in place, they're actually not long enough for me to make a nice route from the 2 batteries out through the back of the battery box, along the chassis and back in. I probably need about 4 or 5 feet of cable to do that 3 foot run. Well, it's actually a bit shorter than a 3 foot run from the 2 batteries to the third one. So what I'm having to do now is rethink where I get the cables from. I'm going to have to buy a crimping tool, because I have to buy bare cable and then crimp ends on. The crimping tool will be it's a single use. I'll only ever use it once or maybe twice. But I'm going to have to buy that. It's about £25, but it'll be worth it, I think, to give me that professional finish, if you like, to the nicely crimped ends on the cable running the right route and nice and safely secured to the chassis, and making it, you know, really tidy to get the cables from the 2 batteries to the third battery. I have actually fitted the 2 batteries in place of the rather useless starter batteries that Travel World fitted in error. Fitting starter batteries where they should be leisure batteries is never going to be any good. The power depletes far too quickly. Even if you've only got lights on, you can get down to like 12 volts, which is essentially flat for a leisure battery, in no time at all. What I will say is, fitting the 2 batteries, the proper leisure batteries, and using those off-grid has made a massive, seriously a massive difference to the way the battery power is consumed. They don't deplete quickly. They trickle, even with all the lights on. It'll go. These batteries have never been down below 12.5 volts, which is about 50%. So, and they're usually up over 13, 13.2 volts. So that's pretty much fully, well, it is fully charged. So, you know, leaving the lights on all evening, running other stuff, charging things up, they really operate really well. So I'm really happy, very happy indeed, with the 2 batteries, the 2 100 amp hour batteries that I've got on board. Adding a third one and getting that into the battery bank could give me 300 amp hours, and then you add in the solar panel that we've got. Even in sort of days like today, where it's been really cold, fairly clear skies, we can get a lot of extra input to those batteries to charge up. So that's what we're going to be doing. I can't show you yet the finished job of all of those batteries in place. The 2 batteries are in place. That's pretty boring. The interesting bit is fitting the other 3rd battery. And on that note, the 3rd battery is going to sit in the same sort of outside locker. Now I assumed that there's two bits of the locker. The cupboard door opens, there's the battery storage, and then there's a longer storage box. Looks exactly the same sort of strength and construction as the battery box. So I popped a battery in there, and that's been stored in there for a couple of weeks. Problem with that is it's not as strong as the battery box, so it has sort of come loose from the underneath. So I've had to re-secure it with an extra metal bracket, which has made it a lot stronger. I've also put some metal bracket along the corner, the bottom corner edge where the battery will slide in. That corner edge now has a metal bracket tying the bottom to the side, and the side is also tied onto the chassis with a metal bracket. So that battery is going to sit there. That's going to be all good when we get that done. So all that remains is for me to order the proper cables, and I'm going to go to 12 Volt Planet to get those. I'm going to buy the crimping tool, probably from Amazon, because that seems to be the least cost option available. Getting the correct ends to crimp onto those cables, and then getting the route sorted out the back of the battery box, run the cables, bring them along, run them into the other storage box, and connect it all up. And then once it's all done, I'll give you a bit of a run through of how that's all working, and indeed how we're going to manage off-grid with that extra power. So that's it from me today, from a very, very chilly Uttoxeter racecourse, where it has been snowing today. But I hope you've enjoyed that little explanation of the batteries and what we're doing about those. If you have enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up. And if you want to follow our journey as we travel around the UK and into Europe, why not consider subscribing? And if you want to get reminders, ring the bell next to the subscribe button. And there's something that you really should do. Ring that bell, because there's some new features coming up in YouTube and the way you watch, and to take advantage of those new features that are coming up, you have to ring the subscription bell. So get ringing that bell now, and you'll be included in any upcoming new features that we're going to take advantage of. I'll see you again next time. Take care. Bye bye for now.